Hi, and welcome back to my channel, Country Conversations with Diva D. I decided to pick up SLC, seeing as how I needed a housewife show for a buffer until Potomac comes back. But hey, no problem. I got y'all. SLC is good, and it's good and popping. So we're going to get right on into it. And as I do at the beginning, in honor of Mother Wendy, how you doing? Welcome back to my channel. Come on in. Let's get right into SLC because, baby, it is fire. So what happens is the show starts 4 months into the future. And Heather is running all over the place, being super uber dramatic. And then she's like, shut off the camera. And nobody shuts off the camera, so that cameras are shaking, and she's on the phone, and she's in a panic. And she says, things are happening and I don't know what to do. And then she says, then the show fades to black. Because whatever it is, this is happening on a cash trip while she's not around. And she doesn't feel like whoever it was that was going on, whatever was going on, that she should trust it. And I'm trying to figure out maybe if it had something to do with SHAH, because, she's still intertwined with that sicko relationship that they had. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. The episode, it is called Fresh Powder, and it's episode 1 of season 4. And all the ladies are being introduced, and they have on their furs, and they're walking down the street, and with a bunch of Bible verses, blah, blah, blah. They start out, hi, my name is Lisa Barlow, and I sell nasty wine. So they start off with her. And she was talking about how disappointed that she is in Jack, because Jack decided to go on a mission instead of going to college. Heather is opening up her second beauty lab, and Heather has a new home. Congratulations, girl. and her little book is doing good. Congratulations, girl. And then her and Meredith meet up, and Meredith and her start shoveling snow off of her porch. And Miss Rich Heather is not snooty and solidified like the rest of them. She's doing her own snow. And then Meredith say, I always pay people. I just pay people to do it. And Heather, she doesn't pay people to do hers. And I just got right on into it, though, because it was like me using an ice pick. Girl, what is up with you and ice picks? Girl, are you nutty? No, Meredith, because Meredith, she's my favorite. Don't get it twisted. Meredith look like she has some refreshing in that confessional with that pink on. She looks good, though. She didn't go to the same doctor that Sheree went to, because when Sheree did her mid confessional freshen up, she looked a mess. Okay. And then Heather met with her stupid cousin, Whitney, her cousin friend. What is that? They came on the show claiming Ken, right? Now, the first person I can't stand in the bunch, Miss Messy Wendy. Then they show Angie K. Angie K is going to be new to this season as a snowflake holder. Angie K was Jen SHAH's friend. She paid $15,000 for Coach SHAH's party last year. And friend in the group number 2, I can't stand, Angie K. Angie K talks about all their salons and all her money and how rich she is, and how her and Heather were friends in the beginning. And Jen introduces another friend. So the new friend is gonna be Mun. That's what I call Monica. I love Monica. She is fun, fresh, and vibrant, and just what they need to kick up dust on this show. Yes. She was Jen SHAH's rat. Ain't that so? I don't think I've ever seen a rat come to the show. No, I don't think so. Okay, next we have Heather. Heather is deciding she's going to do a party. She's going to do a fresh start party. And what she's going to do is come up with this game where they can let off all their aggressions. And guess what I find out? There is was more than 2 black people in Salt Lake City. Besides, Mary over there and her child. And then one came to the party. Her name is Bree. Mary arrives, and baby, she get it popping the moment she comes to that party, right? And she says, Lisa talks about how Mary had texted her. And Mary speaks to everybody. She's actually being good. Good and polite. She just gets her something to eat, something to drink. But Lisa says, wow, I can't believe Mary's back. Now, Whitney already has an issue with Mary, too, because she's over in her confessional like, no way. I know Miss Mary's not back. And, Mary didn't have great things to say about me. She talks like Minnie Mouse. I can't stand with it. And then Angie, she's just as messy as her buddy Wendy. Then Lisa Barlow, she gets in the confessional and she says, well, Mary sent me a group of text messages, and the text messages says I was a witch, and I was messy, and I was evil, and I was going to kill people with my nasty wine. Mary. Woo, that Mary. And then Whitney and Mary, they start getting into it. And that's what Mary tells her she used too many brain cells. I laughed at that the moment she said it. But then, they into it about a bathtub. So apparently, Whitney thought she was telling some kind of funny joke about how Seth and Meredith have baths together. Duh, they're married. And then Meredith said, well, how would you feel if I said that it was nasty that you and your husband painted each other and you got bacteria in your vagina? Woo. Then they go out there and they get in the snow and they throw snowballs at each other. And pretty much that was the end of the episode. Mary sitting up on her high perch. Like, what are they doing? Are they having fun? I'm not going out there with them. Oh, that doggone Mary. Okay, episode 2 begins, and here we go. This is where the mess gets kicked real up. It's getting amped up. Let's go with it. Vacation Crashes is the name of this episode. And Meredith and Lisa get back together and they talk. And I'm not exactly sure that I am happy with this reunion. At least they can be cordial. So, because they have to work on this show together. And Heather is the expert Mormon. So they're her and Whitney are over there talking about how Jack picked up the mission instead of going to college. And the expert Mormon, Heather, is not happy with that because she's like, all we did was push this religion off on people. We went door to door selling the Church of Latter-day Saints Bible, and these people were, not receptive to us. So I would think that, that wouldn't be something Lisa Barlow would be able to do. And here's Whitney. Well, just because you wrote a book on something, that doesn't mean that you are the expert. And what are you? Expert in everything Mormonism? Because you wrote a book? Well, yeah, that kind of gives us some expertise in the area. Didn't it give you some expertise in the area? Because let me tell you something about Whitney's past. For my watchers that may not watch the show, Miss Whitney got with her husband in an in-office affair. So she was kicked out the Mormon church. And this is how these Mormons operate. They don't really care too much for the women. They don't really care too much for the Negroes. But they don't really care too much for the women. So they kick them out real quick. Why would you want an organization with nothing but men in it? Ugh. Foolishness. Okay. And back to Angie K. I still can't stand her. Even in episode 2. And she was talking about how her and her baby sleep together. Weird. The baby's like 22. And she tells her rich husband that nobody in the group likes her and that she was really upset because Meredith has not been receptive to her. Why should she be? Everybody sees how thirsty you are, girl. Nobody's gonna be cool with you on that. Then we meet old Mama. Mama's over there, and she is doing her jewelry with her mom, and her mom is really just helping her put the jewelry together. And then she talks about how she got excommunicated from the Mormon church, and she was brought on the show through Jan SHAH. Now, when I said she was the rat, she is the rat because she ended up testifying against old Jan SHAH. Because Jan SHAH told her to become a millionaire just like her if she sold a bunch of stuff. She went and told the feds, and the feds said, hey, witness. And we got our eyes on old Jan SHAH. And she says that she's 50% Colombian and 50% Portuguese, which means if she was born in America, she's American. She just has those two heritages. But people don't know how to explain that because then that makes it look like that's the race you belong to. And those are two separate nationalities from this country, which is America. History lesson. I'm going to give it to you every time somebody does something like that. Even those Italians over there on New Jersey. Right. Ain't none of them are from Italy except for Teresa. Okay? Her and her brother. But they are now American citizens, so they are American. Anyway, Mary cracked me up. Her and her son are over there, and she wants to go to the Teresa Hotel, and she really don't know what Teresa Hotel is, and she's over there ordering and asking them what do they have on the menu, and she's like, "Yeah, I have Dom Perignon." And they're like, "Well, I guess they said no." She looked at her son like, "Who has Dom Perignon? Who doesn't have that?" Her son is cracking up. He knows his mom is nuts. So, hey, let Mary be. I don't know. Do you realize how crazy folks are in this housewife world? I belong to a group over there that I'm thinking about getting out of because they are dragging Mary over there. And they seem to hate that the show was entertaining now because that's what she did. Her and Mun brought the entertainment back to the show. It's facts. When and Angie K go to dinner. And here goes what a shit thought. That Angie K is sitting there eating dinner, and then she's talking about marriage. Her whole conversation is about marriage. I can't believe that Meredith doesn't like me. She talks about her Greek heritage just as much as with Heather talks about being a Mormon. Every time I turn, I Greek this, Greek that, Greek this, Greek that. You're not from Greece. Looks like you were born in SLC. Again, Greek heritage. You're not Grecian. You're American. I don't know why people don't know the difference between nationality and race, and like we didn't learn that in school. Or was that just me learning in school and paid attention? Anyway, she's like, a cash trip. You mean to tell me that Meredith didn't tell me that y'all were going on a trip? Because of course, Whitney, in her high-pitched voice, she spills the beans. She lets Angie K know that they going on a trip. To where? Palm Springs? They didn't invite me. No, why would we? Meredith don't like you. And I wish you hadn't went on the trip anyway. The only thing I needed on the trip was the person who was there. And that was Miss Mary. We'll get to that on episode 3. So, low down and dirty of a snake as Whitney is, because she is really trying to hold on to that job, because it look like Justin K don't have a job no more because he was over there messing around with her in that paint. Yeah, this is me going back to letting you know a little history on Miss Whitney. So she got to hold on to that Bravo chick as hard as she can because she was over there rolling around in that paint. And they fired Justin's ass. Okay? Why she always in people's pockets. Girl. Ugh. So she's doing anything to hold on to that check. So she latches herself on to old Angie K, who's a messy witch. Put a B in front of that. And my thing is, if I go on a trip, I want to be invited. Don't think that you too good to invite me on a trip and I not go if you don't invite me. I don't beg anybody. And I don't care what kind of trip it is. Cass. If I was on the Real Housewives or whatever, if somebody invite me on one of those cash trips, I'd be like, anyway, chalking them up. The deuce is. Anyway, next. Lisa showed John some ugly ass shoes. And I'm talking about ugly. I don't care if they cost $1,254,000. They were ugly. And she's like, well, they're not conventional. John is such a little pansy. He didn't even say those shoes are ugly. He's like, well, it's not my taste. You're a man. So, of course it's not your taste. You know those shoes are ugly. Anyway, they start getting ready to go on the trip. Everybody arrived at the trip, and then Lisa Barlow loses her $60,000 ring. Now, for 10 episodes, I feel like we're going to be talking about the $60,000 ring. Good old faithful Mun goes in the bathroom with her and dips her hand in the tampon box to look for the ring. Good old Mary with her nice self, she goes and says, that ring wasn't worth no $60,000. And every time, I think the thing about that makes people so off-putting with Lisa, it's not like it seems like she's bragging about the ring, but she has to put the dollar value in front of the ring every time she talks about it. Okay, she's upset about the ring. I probably don't have anything around my whole entire house that's worth $60,000. I guess we add the house and car, all that together. But one thing, no. But every time she mentioned the ring, you know it was $60,000. My $60,000 ring. My $60,000 ring. John's gonna be so upset with me. Girl. Episode 3. Fine. We at the Tricks Hotel. Okay. Motel, hotel, Holiday Inn. With them finally making it to the Trixie Hotel, of course. The name of it is All Tricks But No Trust. Meredith is out there just every time. She can't figure out the code. And when they finally figure out the code, Miss Trixie, well, he's not transgender. He's in drag, so I think I can still call him him. Anyway, he comes out, and I think so. Yeah. I get me mixed up sometimes. I'm not sure. But yeah, well, I guess when he's in drag, you call him a woman. I guess that's how that works. He's not transgender, though. But anyway, Trixie comes out and greets them, and then Mary say, bing, she figures out that, it's a drag motel. So everything is pink and frilly. And now me, personally, I didn't like nothing about that hotel. It looked like pink Pepto-Bismol had picked all over the place. And I don't think I would have been 100% comfortable in that place. Yuck. I can't stand Pepto-Bismol pink. Okay. Hot pink, yeah, but it was more Pepto pink. Yeah, I hate it. But anyway, when it clicks in Mary's head what they are, what's going on there, and she's very tickled, and there we are again. Lisa. Well, Trixie, I lost my ring. It was $60,000. Girl! Meredith is irritated that Angie K comes out because he's like when Trixie was there, I forgot to say, he said that all the other girls were already there. But she was like, who? And then out comes Squid and Angie K. Wow. I don't know what Lisa is doing right here in this moment because she's so happy that Angie K is there, which is weird to me. Why would you encourage your friend to want to come on a trip where it's supposed to be healing with other friends when she wasn't invited. When she said that she wanted that to be a trip of healing, she didn't mean for you to sneak behind her back, not Lisa and Heather. I mean, Lisa and Whitney. To sneak behind her back and invite other people. That's not what that was about. Duh. And it seems like to me, at this time, Meredith is not quite sure that Angie K is a cast member. Now, that happened. So, we're not sure. Probably what happened was she probably still thought she was a friend of the show and she really didn't have to invite her, because we all know behind the scenes when it's a cast trip, 9 times out of 10, you have to invite everybody. Mary confronts old Whitney, and she was like, they were like, girl, yeah, come on over, come on. Mary was like, I'm not sitting with y'all. Y'all, what you did was childish. Who told you to go and invite Angie K to this event? And then to this cash trip. And Angie K decided she's going to start talking. And before Angie K got 2 words out of her mouth, Mary said, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to Whitney. Mary. Then, Mary comes out. She starts passing out gifts. And she said, well, I am passing out the gifts, but I didn't get you anything, Angie K, because I didn't know you were coming. And she's like, good. You have to keep reminding me that you didn't, invite me. And then she was like, it's probably some old junk, that has cobwebs on it anyway. So I really didn't want it with, just junk that she had up in her closet. Who wants those old ratty t-shirts? Bitch, you wanted one. You did. You wanted the swag bag. You did. I don't care if it costs 15 cents. You feel left out. And that's exactly how you supposed to feel, because you were not invited. And if you get tired of me saying that, then you must click off, because I'm going to say it over and over again. The bitch wasn't invited. So, then again, Meredith says, well, what we're going to do is we're going to go to this store. We're going to go to different stores. And we're going to let you guys, pick out outfits for the other person. And once again, Lisa mentions the ring. And when Mary and Mun gets to their store, because that's what I'm calling Mun from now on, Mun. Like we friends, old friends. When they get to the store, old sister Mun gonna say, Mary said to Mun, somebody farted. Child, damn Mary. So they start picking out each other's outfits, and Lisa is upset about the outfit that she picked low key. But Lisa must not have known that, the reservation was for this high-end restaurant, because once she realized it was from a high-end restaurant, everything starts to fall in place. I'm going to a 5-star restaurant in a outfit made for a belly dancer. Yeah, that's what you had on. Well, Mary gets in confessional and says, whoever picked up that outfit for her didn't like her. Oh gosh, Mary. Then we get to the restaurant, and here goes Messy Whitney. She gets it all popping, don't she? So if is Messy Whitney supposed to be their force multiplier? Because if she is, she's too dumb to be in that position. Now, I can't stand Giselle. Giselle dresses bad. Giselle is messy. Giselle is quite the liar. But Giselle knows how to move a show along using her messy brain. This girl is messy without the brains. Then she says, let's tell each other something about each other that we don't know. And Mama's like, oh, they boring. Lisa's up there talking about, I got my ears pierced. I got a second hole. And then Heather says she got a bird. And then Mary, here come Mary. Mary said that she had an African gray. And that bird just wanted her to look at him all the time. And she said that bird was weird. It reminded me of a cat. Yeah, that's what it was, a flying cat. Woo! Angie K says she's really sensitive, and Mary says that she likes to be alone, which was proven in the episodes prior when Mary said, I don't, did the flashback. Mary sitting in there looking out the window while they were having a snowball fight, and how she separated herself from Angie K and Whitney when they first got there, and she was eating, and they told her to come over and sit with them, and she refused. So to get it real popping, Missy says, well, I know what we could do. We can come up with another game. Let's do a warm and fuzzy and cold and prickly. So cold and prickly was the thing that you don't like about somebody, and warm and fuzzy was the thing that you do. And Heather gets it popped out. And she says that she misses Angie K from when they went to high school, and they were such good friends in high school. And she says, but I'm not going to say my cold and prickly. Now, again, she says that she is not going to say her cold and prickly. She knew she didn't have anything good to say about mean ass old Angie K. That helped with me. Okay? I said what I said. And there's Angie K acting like she could take it. And so she said, tell me, what is my cold and prickly? And then she said, well, I don't trust you. Uh-oh. What did she say that for? Here comes Lisa with her cape on. And then Heather just tells her, mind your business. Basically, this is between me and Angie K. And Angie's like, well, what do you mean? I'm not cold and prickly towards you. And then I'm like, you can't tell her what she feels. She feels that you are the type of person that crawls up in folks' butts when it's convenient for you. Now you're up in Lisa's butt. So I guess, and there is poor Heather. And this is the thing that I hate the most about Heather. Not only did she voice what she felt, but it's a way she voiced what she felt where you can see that she still seeks approval from the two popular girls, Lisa and Angie K. They're not popular. More fans like you, girl. Not me, but other people. Well, they might be falling out with you now because they can see that you're so damn desperate for friendship. The way you was all up in SHAH, but you and Angie K was living up in there together. So both of y'all should have fecal bacteria around your face. I'm just saying. Meredith tells her that she needs to mind her own business, and then Angie K asks Meredith why she's so cold towards her, and then Meredith tells Whitney she needs to learn how to communicate. Uh-oh. Here it goes. And then she says, well, I don't think you've been honest. And everybody's saying the same thing about Meredith. And Mary jumps in and say, well, tell her what you really think. Come on, Mary. That's how you get a show moving right there. And she a friend of the show. Now, and I know you had to warm her back up to the audience, but you should have went on ahead and gave that lady her snowflake back. Because she is working the show more than some of the others with snowflakes in their hand. Angie K. You should have flipped that thing around. Angie K should still be a friend. Or add another friend with that Angie Harrington. She's pretty desperate. So anyway, once again, Lisa brings up the ring. And Mun has had it. She says, I like the way you have embraced me in this group. But girl, if you say something about that ring one more time. And she says, you make people feel like they're less than. And then, and Lisa kept saying, noted. Right? But she gets her confessional saying, well, when you're able to afford a $58,000 ring, now it went from $60,000 to $58,000, which is probably $58,000 rounded up to 60, but still, that's not the amount of money she originally said. And When you're able to afford a $58,000 ring, you'll be upset too. So fuck off, Monica, because I haven't done anything to you. Okay. Mary's still the best at what she does. And then Lisa says, I worked hard for my rings, honey. They are blessings. And then she said, well, you don't have to make other people feel less than because of your blessings. And I agree with her, but Monica is on the cusp of doing what they do on OC with Gina and Heather and everybody. Nobody has Heather's coin on OC. So they internally, they have a feeling that they're less than. Because Heather made a good point the other day. She was like, if I tell them something about what's going on with me, because they were upset because she got the $55 million home sold. If I tell them something about me and my home, then they say that I'm bragging. If I don't tell them, and then when they find out, then they say I'm pretentious. So it's no in between with me. And I feel that's that way with Lisa. But Lisa is different from Heather in this way. She is indeed braggadocious. Heather is more humble, but Heather is very snooty. I said what I said. Love Heather. Snooty at the same time. Mary said, Meredith, I call her Mary. Okay. Mary said, why did you even come, Angie? Because you just kicking up dust over there. And Mary calls her a user, which she is, and a mean girl. And she don't want that kind of energy around her. And so she says, pick up the check and get her out of here. So Meredith gets up to leave. Now, Lisa does follow behind her. But there's Meredith, and she's like, security, security. And she's calling security, and she walks up to a waiter. I guess the waiter could say, ma'am, I mean, you could move to another table, but she don't want you at her table. But that's about it. But according to Heather, all he can do is bring some dinner rolls. Meredith calls her an ugly human being. And she is. And then Kate tells her to look in the mirror. If I don't say Auntie Kate, that means I'm talking about Kate. So, while Lisa is comforting her, she still is not understanding why Meredith has such vitriol towards old Auntie Kate over there. Meredith said why she does. She said in the doggone season 2 reunion that she wasn't feeling Meredith. And Meredith is just showing her that she's not feeling her either. Simple as that. Then Heather comes up again. Well, at least we don't have the black eye situation. Girl, that's when I fell out with you. Because you didn't tell us what happened to your eye. I don't care how drunk you are, your eye closed like that, you going to know who hit you. So, and you still hadn't told who hit you in the eye. So, girl, bye. And you trying to make a joke out of it, and that's what I don't like about you. That little self-deprecating stuff, that's the stuff Sheriff Shepherd does, I can't stand it. It gets old. And Meredith tells good Mary. She was like, well, you have other issues with her. I mean, and then she tells old Whitney, old messy Whitney. Mary said, you got all this stuff started because you had no business inviting somebody else to the trip. You call me pornography. Mary, can you call somebody pornography? And she says, you childish and you need to grow up and own up to what you do. Here's old Whitney. I own up to everything I do. I own up to things that I say. No, you don't. No, you don't. You just go around the group, starting a mess, and you don't own up to anything. That's why you and Heather aren't getting along right now, because you start a mess in the group and don't own up to what you do, because you want everybody in the group to like you, but at the same time, you trying to keep that check, so you sprinkle little seeds of mess on top of everybody, and then it festers. Stop trying so hard. You and Whitney. I mean, you and Heather. Try hard. That's what I'm calling you. Try hard. All right. Now we're gonna round out the show. Mary has dragged Whitney by her ponytail. Her knees are scraped up because she couldn't get up off the floor with that dragation. Okay. Now, my list of people, and then and then Heather raises up out of all her throw up, her vomit, and says, "Yeah, you did. She didn't call you pornography. She called you oppressed. Yeah, oppressed. Yeah, that's what it was." And so, Mary, like I said, she had dragged her by her toenails and her ankles and knees, shoulders, all scarred up from being dragged on the floor, in the gravel, on the pavement. The people on my list I can't stand. Angie K and her Greek heritage. If I hear Greek, one more time. Girl, you can be proud of your heritage without saying Greek over and over again. Whitney, like I said, stir up mess, throw rocks out of hands, but she is a coward with it. Super coward. Heather, self-deprecating humor, it ain't funny no more, sis. It ain't funny no more. And if I hear you talk about the Mormon church one more time, I'm going to fast forward through your scenes, girl. Lisa. Girl, who drinks that wine? I know you got a cute corn, but you are, like I said, very braggadocious. And you come across as very unlikable. And if you were hanging with the mean girls, why? Girl, you are soft-spoken and weird. If I was a mean girl in the mean girl clique, I wouldn't want you in my clique. Angie K, maybe. With Angie K, a cheerleader or something. Girl, bye. I don't like you either. Again. So, to round out the list of people who I can't stand, Kay, Whit, Heather, Lisa, and that's just about the whole case. But I love me some Mun. Good addition. Welcome back, Mary. And that is the end. I did all 3 episodes real quick and giving it to you raw and real as I do. Now I am going to chunk up the deuces. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. These are Country Conversations with D.